This video is for you if you want to start a business, or if you are already starting a business, running a business, and you want more in life, and you know that motivation is not going to be the long-term solution for you getting the results you want. It's my intention in this video to spill some tough love on you and really to give you a few reframings that hopefully will help you in your daily life and not just be some, fluffy principle that you feel like you kind of already knew and doesn't really help you. And so initially I want to share a quick story with you. I wanted, for 4 or 5 years to start a business, but I was incredibly scared to get started. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to do it. I knew somehow, I would need some kind of product or service and some way to advertise it, and people would want to need it or want it, and then maybe I would be able to sell it, right? And at that point, I knew I needed to work hard. I knew I needed to be consistent, and I knew I needed to get started for it to become anything, but clearly that wasn't enough for me to get started. And so if you want to start a business, if you haven't done it already, it's very likely that you also already know these things. And so clearly these aren't enough for you to get started. But I'm hoping that the next things that I'm going to teach you in this video will help you or give yourself permission to get started. What ended up happening for me was that I was in Singapore on exchange as part of my bachelor's degree. I read Gary Vee's Crushing It. And at that time, that was like one of the initial times where Alex Hormozi was starting to take off on YouTube. What really struck a chord with me was how Hormozi helped me reframe and adjust my expectations for myself and how quickly I was supposed to do well. And once I had those reframings, those adjustments, I finally gave myself permission to get started and to fail and actually to be consistent and to work hard and to take action. The expectation adjustments or reframings that I want to share with you in this video are: 1, there is no win without failure. If you're considering starting a business, you will never start the business and not fail before you succeed. The chances of that happening are probably infinitely low. And so if you keep placing that expectation on yourself that it should work out the first time, or you should make it work right after you get started with it, then you put a huge amount of pressure on yourself to do well initially. And that pressure is very likely to keep you from even being okay with getting started. This was really one of the big ones for me. I was so afraid that it wasn't gonna work out. And because I was afraid of that, I never got started. And I don't want you to do the same thing. I want you to understand that if you get started, you will try something for a week, you will try something for 2 weeks, for a month, for half a year, and you might not see any results. But the fact that you keep trying for those 6 months is what will help you learn enough that you might succeed within 1 year, or you might get the first initial results within 1 year, or within 2 years. And from that development, you will keep building, keep developing, so that in 5 years, you will be in a spot that you never imagined was possible. But you will never be able to get to that point if you don't allow yourself to try and be okay with failing. So that leads me to the second point, that when there's something that you don't want to do or that you don't know how to do, realizing, acknowledging, or recognizing that it is meant to be hard. There will be a ton of stuff that you don't know how to do. There will be a ton of stuff that you don't want to do in those small daily actions that you know you should do. And so if you think that those aren't supposed to be there, again, that will keep you from getting started, or it will keep you from being consistent. And so that's why it doesn't matter really that you know you have to be consistent. You have to remember that it will be hard. That is how it is meant to be, because the fact that it is hard, or the fact that there are stuff you don't know how to do and you still choose to learn how to do it and get through it, is what will give you those outsized returns that business owners or entrepreneurs or startup founders get, because they take the risk, because they put in the work that other people aren't willing to take or put in. It will probably be 5 or 10 times more difficult than you think right now. But that's okay, if you just start out small and keep learning. And the last expectation I want you to readjust or eliminate is that this is not special or unique for you. And you might be inclined to think, well, obviously it's like this for me because I've had to deal with all these other things and I'm so special and it's just me that's unfortunate. This is in no way the case. Remember, there are always people who've had worse circumstances than you and have still managed to do better than you previously. Now you can look at that and then think, then why should I bother, right? If it's difficult, I might never do it. But you can also choose to view this as a demonstration that if people who've had it more difficult and worse than you have succeeded previously, then the chances that it can work for you are really high. And so realizing or remembering or acknowledging that people have done it before you and people will do it after you. Your case is not special. Everybody has issues. Everybody has past problems they've struggled with. But the ones who succeed despite those problems or because of those problems are the ones you hear about. And if they can do it, so can you. And so ultimately getting back to, you need to be consistent, you need to take action, you need to work hard. These are all things you know, but they don't teach you what to do or why it matters or how you can continue to do those things. But reframing your expectations for the fact that you need to fail in order to win, that there will be stuff you don't know how to do, you don't know what to do, it will be difficult. And the fact that someone with worse chances and circumstances before you have already done it should make it easier for you to see that this is just the course forward. And if you follow the path for long enough, it really is inevitable that you will get where you want to go. Hopefully you can take the content from this video and stop thinking that you need motivation, because motivation is one of the most fleeting things. And unfortunately, most of the time, we're only motivated in the times where things are going well. It's rare that we're motivated when things aren't going well. And so these are the things that you can use every day, no matter how well or how bad things are going. This will help you deal with the mental challenges and the mental battles that, in the end, will help you get to where you want to go. If you found value in this video, if it was useful, helpful in any way, please share it with someone who you care about, or comment your biggest current business problem below. I would love to hear what you're dealing with. As always, of course, thank you for watching and stay disciplined.